Righty. We've been sitting here doing a little gossiping, folks, but we here. We out here. I was just talking to Mr. Harvey about Mr. Kimball, Jimmy Kimball. He done got himself a podcast out there. You know, he got a Jimmy Kimmel show, but he got a podcast. He was ironically the man was talking about Trump's medal. He said he had to talk about him getting that FIFA medal, FIFA or whatever they are. The soccer association gave him that peace medal and everything. So that was one of the things he was talking about. But I didn't finish listening to what Jimmy had to say about it. He some people are saying that he fell asleep at the place at the thing and everything, but Jimmy has corrected him and said that wasn't true. He didn't fall asleep. So he was proud of himself winning that peace medal. But anyway, some funny going on. Also, man, we got some stuff going on over here about this East Wing that Trump tore down.
Mm.
He done tore down that East Wing. I don't know if they're gonna get that daggone thing rebuilt or not, because he had already done fired one of the architects and everything that's supposed to be able to build the thing back. He hasn't gotten something, and then some of the folks and stuff who were in charge of the building the commission and stuff there in DC and everything, they're putting up some roadblocks saying that he needs to get some permits and everything to put that building back up. But Trump's telling them that they can't tell him what the hell to do. So I don't know how that thing's gonna pan out. And I don't think he got all the money and everything and stuff for it yet. So I don't know. Hey, we done just lost the East Wing of the White House. And it may be it may be a hole in the ground for a long time.
You know, this man has no idea what he did when he destroyed that East Wing, and he's bragging that he remodeled the Lincoln bedroom. The whole purpose of keeping the way it was because that's where he slept, and it was no everything was the same. They didn't change nothing. He goes in there and put new tile in there. He put a new bathroom in there. He don't even get it. He doesn't even get it. He does not get historical data, historical things that said, ooh, the great Abraham Lincoln slept here and nothing's been changed. It was just like when he was here. He made a statement the other day. Soccer, it's really called football. And, you know, it's one of the most popular games in the world. And the NFL call their game football. We should change the name of the NFL. Shouldn't be football. We just threw it out there. He is anywhere he can start some chaos. That's what he tries to do, to get people to talk about everything but all the stealing that he's doing. Him and his cronies. Living a high lifestyle. Running around in private jets and back and forth and having high security and all that stuff. Government paying for everything. They living like kings, bro. And the
That's
American
his thing.
people think that he's doing a great job. The one thing that he did, in my opinion, and I don't particularly care about the way he did it, but he did it. He stopped people from coming in. on those borders. Now, I'm sure there's a few people that's coming in, but not near as many as it was. And when they say that America, Joe Biden, 20 million people showed up, that's a lot. Ain't nowhere in the world 20 million people in 4 years. Where did they go, Ed? Huh? Where'd they go? They undocumented. I know that. But if they did they go to Montana? Did they go to Louisiana? Did they go to where did they go? Because they would be over flooded. 20 million? When some of these states don't even have a million people population. Barely got a million. Where did those 20 million people go, Ed?
Those are Trump's numbers. He always exaggerating.
And during that time, this is why I say that these Democrats and Republicans, they a lot of them are in cahoots because that right there should have been taken care of years ago. Years ago, they should have had ways. Now we're spending over a couple of hundred, $300 billion a year on ICE and the border. And these people are making six figures, bro. Six figures. Some of them more than that. This is crazy. It's costing us billions of dollars a year for their BS because they don't want to take care of this border situation. Then on top of that, they knew they was wrong by allowing all these people, different Afghanistans, Iraqis, and whoever else, God only knows whoever else, came over here, and then they set them up. I was I was listening to Dr. Carr today. Karen Hunter and Dr. Carr. Mostly Dr. Carr does all the talking on Saturday mornings. This dude has a brain, and he's a genius, man. I mean, when it comes to African studies, he knows every little nook and cranny about our history. He's got hundreds and hundreds of books that he's read. And what he was, it was a 2 hour show, but I'm gonna try to crush it down to 2 minutes or less. He was talking about the history of one person that she recently just passed. Her mother's mother was a slave. She wrote a 68-page book and ended up, this lady was an educator, everything, all the things that supposed to be and all that. And her child is a professor and all that from the South. And her mother told her the story about her grandmother because she was enslaved. So the thing is that what he was saying that we should not consider ourselves as slaves because we weren't slaves when they picked us up. He got all these little fits and try to put things into perspective, which is true. No, we weren't because we were kidnapped. We was trafficked. But the point is, we were enslaved because they beat us, they whipped us, they did everything, free labor, the whole 9 yards. But the point what he was making is that he was saying how this person just rose up from slavery, her family. the lineage that she knows from her grandmother to her mother, and now her, and then her daughter. So now the thing is that what he was saying is that what we tried to do in 1860 to try to change this thing around, and it didn't work. In 1960, we tried to change it around again, and it didn't work. He said, now people are woke. What we've been saying for the last month, maybe two. People are more aware. I'm going to put that word, aware. People are more studious. They're more uh, engaged. They are now looking at the whole big picture and looking at the last 40, 50, 60 years of how this country has just sold the American people out. And they're looking at that. And this is what these people are doing. They're reading their history. You say, why do they, you get some of these, as Joy Reid called them, spicy whites. You get some of these people, these Caucasian people, reading our history now. And they're saying, why do they want to destroy their history? And a lot of them is learning. They're learning about our history. They are so impressed how we came out of as an enslaved people and where we are now. And we would have been a lot further if we didn't have all of those different gates that they tried to stop us with. Jim Crow, all of that, and on and on. All kinds of things that they tried to do. So what he's saying is that this is the time that we should change politically. Now, he mentioned a whole lot of other people, people that's going to law school, people that want to run for office, people that's, all these different people that's doing these things and just rising up now. And what we're trying to do now, the thing is what I don't understand, and maybe you can help me on this, I don't know. But see, the thing is, that's a big deal electing that Muslim. And not only is he a Muslim, but he's a socialist in New York. And we're talking two political parties. And this guy, he's on the line of somewhat of a Bernie Sanders, but I think we'll see how far he's going to go. But the thing is that just goes to show you people are tired of what's going on here. People are tired. They're tired of this. See, the one thing that I don't agree with, and maybe you might have some insight on this, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I don't agree in socialism, socialism. Although we do have a lot of socialist tendencies, and I think it serves its purpose on a lot of things that the taxpayer contributes to help give us better service. So you have to have people working in the government, state, local, federal, to serve us in certain things that we have to have done to make things more smoothly. But the thing is that these people want to dog capitalism. Instead of the laws are all out there. Anybody that's stealing or robbing or illegally transferring money, the laws are out there. They got to enforce them. Anybody that mistreats people in business, the laws are out there. That's what Joe Biden was trying to do. He had that lady, I forget the name of the department she was in, but she was getting all these people, putting them in check. There's nothing wrong with capitalism if it's done correctly. Because when you work for a profit. When you run a business, you run a business for a profit. You don't run a business to break even. That's what nonprofit people do. But when you run a business, you run it for growth. You run it to be bigger and better. You might not want to have 100,000 franchises all over the world, but you might want to have five and be successful in those five franchises. And each one of those franchises got to bring in a profit. So I don't agree. I don't agree to if that's where they're going, with this socialism thing. Because to me, what has helped us grow in this country is capitalism. It has hurt a lot of people. I know that. But if it's done right, I think it has its benefits. And that's going to be the story next year. Are we going to be a capitalist or are we going to be a socialist country?
Well, first of all, I don't believe the fact that we are just now waking up. I believe we've been woke for a long time.
Oh, black people, yeah.
Yeah, because we have progress from when we were first brought over here on a ship. We have progress. We have made a lot of progress and stuff during that time. And I think what has happened is that in each decade, there's always been resistance out there. And we we talked about this earlier back in 2017 and 18 when we first started doing this uh, that that there are entities and stuff out there who want to be able to keep their majority. Because if you look at what the heck is going on and stuff right now, everything that even Trump is doing now and what was happening before that, there's been an effort and stuff to hold on to the white majority. We look back into when Obama was the president, that effort and stuff and everything that was made by Mitch McConnell for all those years, so 8 years that Obama was in the presidency and everything, he fought like hell to make sure that he could keep that white majority. And I believe that even back when we were still little and everything, we were growing up, we we made progress and stuff. We got ourselves to where we passed the Civil Rights Act, where we passed the Voting Rights Act and everything, and we went head on and stuff and did some things. We did a whole lot of stuff. We had affirmative action going on for a long time, so people can be able to say that they can they had their quota and stuff where we had to have 10% and stuff and everything because that was part of the affirmative action process to make sure that we had a chance to get in there and be able to survive and everything and make money. And now in the 21st century and stuff, we are seeing there are a lot of our folks and stuff out there who are very well off. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of economic power and stuff out there. And I don't believe that we're using that power and everything to the fullest. But as we go along, we are seeing that this this project 2025 was put out there again to try to hold on to that white majority. They want the white folks want to stay in power. They do not want to see people of color be able to continue to progress. And they're trying to hold us back. And they're doing everything in their power to try to hold us back. And they're using Donald Trump and everything as the impetus and everything to do it. Because most of those folks out there, Ted, and I know they got to know this, these billionaires and all these folks that got all the money know that these policies and stuff that Trump is enacting and everything is hurting the country, but it's also an effort and stuff to keep that majority population now down. They want to keep us down. They want to do everything they can to keep us down. And this immigration thing, it is there to keep us down. It is there to keep. They figured out how to uh, get rid of that the majority minority population and stuff out there who are the Hispanics because they outnumber the black folks now. Because before that, the black folks outnumber Hispanics, but now the Hispanics outnumber them. So the immigration policy and stuff and everything is to get them out of this country so they can keep their white majority. And that's their effort to do it. And we have allowed this stuff to happen, and now we're seeing that we as black folks are sitting back and we're looking at this and saying that well, this is not us that they're throwing out of this country, but what they're doing to the Hispanic people and everything can easily and stuff happen to us folks and everything too. So I it is a effort and stuff out there and everything to keep that white majority in power. And this gerrymandering that they're doing, keep these white folks in power. In Texas, they got it to keep the white folks in power. And then you got the Supreme Court and everything putting a stamp of approval on what the heck they did over there with the gerrymandering and stuff there in Texas and stuff and everything. So you got your majority, your white folks and stuff and everything, paying off these Supreme Court justices and stuff and everything because we got to keep the white folks in power. We can't let the white folks lose their power. We got to do whatever we can to keep these people down. And while you're doing that, we're going to get rid of many of these people of color as we can. And trust me, Ted, I believe they're going to continue to try to get rid of some of these Hispanic folks and stuff and everything and reduce their population as quickly as possible. And there's a major effort and stuff to do that. If you look around the country and stuff, you're seeing these people, they going everywhere now. They're doing whatever they can, and there is nobody out there stopping them. They're grabbing these people out of cars and stuff and everything. Man, those things are unheard of. We never heard this stuff happen in our country before. Where you taking people out of their daggone car, they have rights. We even though they are illegally here, they have rights and they have taken their rights and throw them out. And they're getting rid of these people so fast. And I bet you, Ted, there's a whole lot of people out there who have been taken out of here that we have no idea about, no idea where these folks are at, and they're trying to reduce their population as quickly as they can before somebody stops them. And they're hoping like hell that Donald Trump still stays alive so he can continue to do what the heck he's doing because they don't believe that JD Vance has the power or the wherewithal to do what the heck Donald Trump is doing. They don't. So that's my point. I believe that we have made progress. We have made progress. We ain't just woke up. We've been woke for a long time. But we have to understand and everything that it's that time has come for us to exercise our minority majority rights. And if we don't do that and everything, then they're going to be able to reduce that Hispanic population, those brown people population and stuff down to where they're going to be millions of them and stuff are going to be thrown out of this country because they've already stopped them from immigrating into the United States already. There is hardly any illegals and stuff crossing those borders and stuff now. None at all. If they are, there's a dribble of them. And they also, if you notice what the heck going on and what Trump is doing, he's reaching over there and all of the countries and stuff who have people of color in it, he has, in his own way and stuff, he has denigrated them. You got the Somalis and stuff that he's working with now. We're going to get them fools out of here. We got these other folks that they're going to get out of here. They got
The
the
Haitians.
Haitian, everybody. We're going to get them out of there. They still
Well,
the
many he was going after the Cubans too now.
yeah, they the Cubans, they are brown folks, and that's what he want. And he's got people and stuff who are brown and stuff who is the Secretary of State. You know, he's supposed to be with them and everything, but he is so ingratiated and stuff with him and everything. He don't care about destroying his own people. Those his people. He is not saying a word about it. Ted, I believe that, and I know you mentioned it and stuff and everything, that these people are trying to destroy this country. But I believe they are trying to do it, but they don't want to completely destroy the country. They want to be able to get that mixture of the population and stuff to where they can bring in more white people and stuff and everything into this country and everything to offset these people of color because they still want to stay in power because their magic word is make America great again.
Well, let's think about this. Look at this now. We know that Putin is kind of connected to India now,
Yep.
and he's kind of connected to China.
He is connected to China.
Well, I'm just making a statement, and now here's the deal: Trump is constantly trying to buddy up to Putin, and one of the reasons is because they're a white nation. Now the question is, you know, why did he come against the Europeans? You know, the Europeans already said that they weren't going to share intel. Trump comes along and say, okay, well, you know, we're going to exclude the Europeans. This is what he claimed. You know, that was supposed to be, those are supposed to be our buddies. Those are supposed to be the people that we are connected with. You know, America, I should say. America is supposed to be connected with the Europeans, not Russia, not China, but the Europeans. So now Putin is all about Putin, you know, and we don't know what he would do. I know he wants his Soviet Union back. That's the reason why he's fighting so hard to get Ukraine. And then he wants some of these other countries to be up under his thumb too. But you got NATO, and Trump is totally against NATO. Of course, Putin is too. And the whole thing is that what the bottom line for NATO is, if you mess with one country, you mess with all of us. If you mess with one country, you mess with all of us. That's their motto. So if Russia messed with one country, that's the reason why he did not want Ukraine to be a member of NATO. That was one of his stipulations. You cannot join NATO. So now when you think about the foreign issues and the domestic issues, uh, it's kind of convoluted because it looks like Putin's in his mind, he don't care about color.
Oh no, he don't. Only thing Putin cares about is power. That's it.
Yeah,
He don't care.
yeah.
He don't care nothing about color or anything like that. He cares about power. That's it. Keeping staying in power. That's what he wants. And I do believe, Ted, that China is doing it, that Russia is doing it, and now you're finding out that some of the other countries out there who are sitting out there, they're doing the same thing. They're realizing and stuff that Trump is stupid,
I think they knew that a long time ago.
but they're realizing even more that he's stupid, and they're playing him. The only reason why he is able to do what the heck he's doing is because this country right here is a huge, huge, huge financial power. And that's the only reason why. If this country was not a huge financial power, he wouldn't have an iota of the power that he thinks he has in his hands, and people would have been and crushed him by now. He it slapped him down like a little bitty puppy dog. But because he is in charge of this country and stuff and everything, people he has a lot of power, and he's hiding behind that power of the American dollar. He's got that power holding him up and everything, and he's using that power and stuff. But the rest of those folks, they don't want it. Putin don't care about Trump. He gives a crap about him. He's just using him and playing him like a well-tuned guitar. He wants him to be able to go over there and let him take Ukraine. So he done figured out how to sit there and tell Trump, this is what I want to do. And Trump's so sitting out there doing his bidding.
Mm.
He is doing his bidding. And nobody else and stuff cares about him. Those people over there in in the east and stuff around Israel, Saudi Arabians, United Arab Emirates, all them folks who got money, they know who Trump is. They know he's stupid. They know he doesn't have a bit of sense, and they playing him like a well-tuned guitar. They done brought him over there. They done made him promises. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and ain't a crap happened. Only thing that didn't happen is they done gave his son-in-law a few $1 billion and stuff and everything, and told him to go out and play with his toys. But he hasn't got us anything at all. MBS comes over here, sits down with Trump. Trump says to him, yes, he's going to give us $600 billion he's going to put into our coffers and everything. And MBS tapped him on the leg and said, no, Trump, it's a trillion. And he said, oh, yeah, it's $1 trillion. MBS ain't gave him a dime. He done went back to Saudi Arabia and gave him a quarter. Came over here. We want some F-35 jets. And Trump says, yes, we're going to provide them with these F-35 jets. We can't even make F-35 jets right now because China holds the key. We can't even make our own jets.
Well, it was a big beef anyway because it's so highly technical, and if they learn those skills and using that F-35, it would be exposing a lot of our skills and talents that we have available for that F-35. That F-35, man, they worked on that for 10, 15 years.
Oh hell yeah!
They spent
And,
$1 trillion to
and, and,
perfect that F-35.
and it is very, very, very highly technical, very highly technical, and it is some advanced piece of equipment. But it costs so much to keep that daggone thing going. It's like a black hole for their money. You're gonna pay billions of dollars and stuff for it, and the maintenance on it and everything is astronomical. Trying to keep it up in the air, and United States and stuff has all the licensing rights and everything to it. So anybody who's got those jets and everything can't do nothing with them unless United States said allow them to do it. Now China has some jets. They done sold some of them to Iran.
Mm.
Iran's already got these jets sitting over there on their land right now. China sold it to them. About 25 or 30 of them that they got sitting over there. That's why Israel ain't said shit about going up there and bothering Iran no more. And Iran enjoying the BRICS nation
Ain't heard too much about Iran lately.
because they want to stay quiet because they don't want people to realize what they're doing. They want to stay quiet until they rebuild their stuff because Israel did some damage to that country. They did some damage over there. And the United States did some damage when they came over there. So they can't say a whole lot until they build their stuff back up again. But China is sitting there ready to help them to build their stuff back up because they are the balancing power over there in that area there. As long as China got them sitting down there doing what they want to be doing, they got to deal with Iran first before they even come over there and bother China. Remember,
Mm.
I told you that they built that railroad?
Hmm.
It's going right over there by Iran, so they can send their goods and services right to Iran. And Iran got what? They got that oil. United Arab, they got the gas. China right there with them. Saudi Arabia, they got the oil. They're right there with them. Russia got that oil. They're right there with them. Russia, they got that gas. They're right there with them. And China is all their friends. They got enough energy and stuff and everything to keep them going for a long, long, long time. From all those people over there that they in tight with.
And I'm not for certain. I think I read something about Germany just did a big deal with Russia for their gas.
They are slowly but surely to knocking Trump out of this whole deal, but he too stupid to realize what the hell is going on. He is too stupid to realize. And
He
all they
running
doing
around
is
trying to collect money.
right. He's throwing them trinkets. And Canada is realizing and stuff. And Mexico has realized that they can't depend on them, United States anymore. You heard Trump say that agreement that they had built up and everything it expires next year in 26. But guess what? Got another 10 years before it expires. The only thing they're supposed to be doing in 2026 is doing a review of it to see how it's working and tweak it a little bit. But the agreement is still there. But Trump said it expires next year.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Got on national stage and said it. Messed the stock market up. That motherfucker dropped as soon as he said it. Because all them know it don't expire. It's just a tweak. It's also a review. Canada knows it's a review. Mexico knows it's just a review time. But he was scared the piss out of them. So they already planning on not being in that what they call it, UACUMA agreement. They already planning that it may not happen because the United States may just because they can't depend on Trump because he's unstable. You know he didn't just reduce some more tariff, don't you?
With who?
He did. Trump. He just did it today. He didn't reduce some more tariffs. All those things on pharmaceuticals and stuff, he took them all away again. Some of the nickel, the rare earths, all that stuff, he took them tariffs off today. He's unstable. They don't know what to do with it. He's unstable. They can't depend on him. You cannot. And you know, Ted, if you are a company, if you're going to be successful, you got a 5 and a 10 year plan. And people who run these companies and stuff, they're going to stick by that plan. But they can't deal with what they business and stuff and everything with this crap going up and down. That's why you're finding out that most of these small businesses and stuff who cannot go by this up and down trend and stuff, they done lost people. They done laid off their folks because they can't deal with it. The only people who put on jobs is the folks who got those 100,000 employees because their thing does not rise and fall because of what Trump said.
A lot of these small businesses going up. They going
Right.
bankrupt.
They losing money because they can't deal with that. They can't deal with those every time Trump thinks about he want to do something and everything, he's juggling stuff all around. They cannot function. They cannot stay in business with mess like that going on. And that's why they have lost a whole bunch of folks in that small business industry. If you look at what they're saying, at CNBC, all of it, the The small business has lost over 100 and some thousand people and stuff and everything, jobs. Now, the rest of these folks and stuff can gain jobs. You can't sit there and manage a country like this and everything at the whim of this knucklehead.
Well, you know what they say is they love the chaos, bro.
Yep. But getting back to your point about us progressing and stuff and people getting woke and everything, well, I think people are starting to wake up as to what Trump is doing. They're becoming woke now from what Trump is doing. They're finally waking up now and realizing that this man is crazy. They took him out of office for 4 years. And he stayed around there and he turned around there and sat there and told people and stuff, I can do better than Biden. I can do better than this. I can lower the food prices and everything. And these dumb son of guns out there and these red states believed him. Maybe he can do it. And now he done got back in power and stuff and everything, and he done took a sledgehammer to our economy. A sledgehammer. But we so big and stuff, Ted, that we probably will be able to come out of this stuff because
Think so, huh?
we got an economy here that people still want to deal with. People outside this country still want to deal with us. You listen to those Canadians up there. Most of them says as long as Trump is in here, we ain't coming back. So they just waiting on him to be gone so they can come back because they know this is where they want to be at. They want to come back to Florida. They want to come back to Las Vegas and Arizona. It's easy for them to do that. They've been doing it for years. But they can't with him coming here because they don't know what's going to happen. They're scared of him. As soon as he go, I guarantee you, the tourism is going to come back. Florida going to get an influx of them Canadians coming back down here. They're going to get it. If we can still be standing by him. If he ain't took a wrecking ball to the place yet.
Well, that's just it. We don't know exactly what he's gonna do because you know if he start bombing Venezuela, that right there is a whole nother chaos.
But he's not gonna bomb Venezuela. He playing around with them. He out there just hitting these little boats there. He ain't coming to Venezuela and doing shit. He ain't coming over there and creating a war. He's not gonna do it because he's a bully. That's what bullies do. He know that he better not come in there and do anything to Venezuela. He ain't coming there to bomb. I know he talking that crap, but he ain't coming there. He's a bully. So he see those little boats out there, and he got these big ass guns on these aircraft carriers and stuff, swooping down on a little bitty little 30-foot boat and blowing it up. That's what bullies do. They jump on the little bitty folks and they beat them up. He ain't going to invade Venezuela. It's not going to happen. He gonna do exactly what the heck he doing because the president there in Venezuela said he done brought all of his troops together. He got over what they say 500,000 folks and stuff. He done put on alert. Bring your ass on over here, Trump. Come on over here. You're gonna have a fight on your hand. And Trump ain't ready for that. He ain't. He can't do it. If Pete Hegseth, he ain't capable of doing that. he just like to bother people and everything. Go out there and play games.
Well,
That's
number
it.
one, they don't want American soldiers because you know that's a big deal, bro.
That's a
These
big
white
deal.
folks send their kids to join the service in an unnecessary war. It's gonna be hell
He
to pay.
He gonna have them Republicans in arms. They gonna rise up, and all of them in the Congress and in the Senate gonna rise up and say, you ain't doing that, brother. You better stop that. We gonna stop you from doing that." And they gonna do it. They ain't gonna let him go to war with anybody. Oh no, no, no! You even gone too far now, Trump. Now, he can't go too far. That will do it. Because American lives gonna be lost again. They're gonna be getting into another expensive war, and they ain't gonna be able to handle it. And he's gonna rouse up a whole lot of people outside of it because Russia gonna come over there to help. China gonna come there to help them. They're gonna give them everything they need to fight him. They're gonna give them everything they need to fight him. But I am those numbers and stuff to you from our Democratic folks and stuff there in the Congress. They ain't looking very good. That approval and stuff they ain't looking very good. Because you would have thought that with the Republicans' approval rating going down, that the Democrats gonna rise up. It ain't true. Their approval and stuff is still bad. People they don't like the Democrats either.
Well, the
And
Republicans' approval is in the 70s.
it it's low, but we can't
Now,
get
what I mean is that the Republicans, if you poll just Republicans, they're in the 70s. That's what they are. The Republicans are still for the Republicans. But the Democrats, we're voting low. I think they're in their 30s.
they way down there. They way down there. What's dragging the Republicans is Donald Trump.
Well, they can't quite get the right messenger. I heard 47 say the Democrats don't have no leader. That's what he says. The Democrats don't have no leader.
They don't.
So in other, so in other words, Newsom, is trying to step out. I don't see nobody else stepping out. Well, you got AOC, but ain't nobody gonna take her serious. Bernie too old. I have no idea who's whoever it is. They need to come on out.
Absolutely. But everybody is scared and they're waiting just to see where the chips lie. But somebody has to come out and stand up. Not just one, but at least two or three of them got to come out and stand up. You
Yeah.
would have thought you would have thought that the Wolf from Minnesota, who was the vice presidential nominee with Harris and stuff, would have came out and been a lot
Oh, he
stronger
pretty
than
much
he
done
is.
that, bro.
Yeah, he's done.
He
His goose has
done
been his goose has been cooked.
with that mess that's going over in Minnesota, billions of dollars. They got a whole big scheme. They done arrested hundreds of people.
But you
That
would have
don't
thought
mean
that he would
all
have,
of them.
yeah, you would have thought that he would have been a lot stronger than what the heck he is. So that lets you know that Kamala probably made a big mistake by bringing him in as her vice president candidate.
Yeah, and he wasn't forthright with her. She probably looking at that and saying, "Wow." And they,
Somebody got to come
and
out,
then
kid. Somebody,
her vetting wasn't as that obviously wasn't that great.
I think that she picked up probably as she thought the lesser of an evil because she had a chance to get John Kelly from Arizona, and she had a chance to get
I don't think John Kelly would have took it.
mm,
In fact, I don't even think
vice president he might have.
don't think definitely that governor in Pennsylvania. I
He
don't think
wanted
he
it.
would have took it.
He
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 wanted
he
it.
wanted he wanted it bad. He wanted it bad. But they're according to their polling and stuff and everything, they didn't think that the American people would take a black woman and a Jew.
Right.
That was too much to swallow. But Josh wanted it bad. I'm telling you, he wanted it bad because I know when she was going through all that vetting and everything, man, he was coming out there and had some. He was on it. Had some good speeches going on, but he was she thanked him and everything and told him that if it wasn't for their polling or whatever, that he probably would have been her pick. But she went and picked her Walsh from Minnesota because he thought he was a safe pick.
Well, let's put it like this: two women nominations, and they picked two knuckleheads. Now, Tim Kaine is an okay guy. He's decent. I'm not. When I say knuckleheads, I don't mean in the term of dodo birds, but what I'm saying is that obviously they weren't top notch. People didn't look at them as top notch, and you
I'm gonna
have to
tell you.
have
I'm gonna tell you somebody that's slipping under the radar.
who?
Our Biden transportation secretary, Buttigieg.
Ain't nobody gonna. No, they ain't gonna let no gay guy, man.
He trying to slip underneath the radar. He's slipping out there.
He
He
ain't
trying
gonna.
to be.
They are not gonna elect a gay guy. That right there is over. He can run. He can run.
You going against the gay folks, man. You going against the gay people, man.
And
Buttigieg is a
I'm using logic. I'm using
Buttigieg is
common
a
sense.
Buttigieg is a very smart man. Now he ain't
We
no
know
dummy.
that. We already know that. We know that, man. The dude is he's a hard worker. He's on top of every little detail. He's almost like Obama. But ain't nobody gonna be dealing with no beauty bumper, bro.
Ain't no-
It's an abomination. These Christians will go crazy, boy.
It's just go crazy.
Say we done went to hell. We got a president.
You can't have no two men in the White House sleeping together.
With kids at that. And this ain't no knock on the gay people. I'm just talking about politically. Politically, he just don't have a shot. Now, would he be a good president? Hell yeah.
I think
Hell
so
yeah,
too.
he'd be a
I,
good
I
president.
would I would vote for him.
He'll be a good president.
Yeah, I would vote for him. He got my vote. He got my vote. I don't care. Hey, you can. They can. It's better than what we got now. A hell of a lot better than what we got now.
But like I said, these so-called Christians, they so self-righteous, and they are not going to vote for a gay white guy.
Damn, Ted, you don't get that, brother. You get it.
This ain't on him. This is on these white folks.
You don't threw cold water on me, man.
These
No
white
booty
folks, man.
bumpers.
That's common sense. It's just not gonna happen, bro.
But we
Can
we
you imagine
we
all
in a,
the
we're in a progressive country, man. A progressive nation,
No,
progressive
we're not.
times.
No, we're not.
We
No,
ain't
we're
that
not.
far. We ain't go. They just got a Muslim for the mayor of New York. So hey, man, it might work.
Well, I would like to see him run and let's see what the white folks say, because they the ones that's pulling the lever. We
Well,
only 15% of the population, and a
I've
lot of black
watched.
men and a lot of black men and women, they ain't gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well. I watched him go to Iowa. He went to Iowa about 6 months ago and stuff, and put out some feelers. And the folks in the audience really loved him. You
Ed, the
know,
man
I
is smart. The man is smart.
yeah.
The fact is that he's gay. Now they got gay senators, Congress people. They got a transgender person, Congress person,
Mm-hmm.
who dressed like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be trending that way. I don't know, but that's up to the white folks. If the white folks want him in, he gonna get in. He gonna be the nomination. We ain't got no power. We're only 15% of the population,
Yeah. Well, like I said,
and the
he ran.
Latinos are definitely not gonna vote him in.
You don't think they will?
Hell no. They Catholic, bro.
Yeah, we thought that they was bad with capital and stuff. They really gonna be bad with him, huh?
Oh yeah. Everybody got their little hang-ups. Like you said. And if he talking right, I'll vote for him too.
Well, he talking right. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. He talking right. He really impressed me when he became the transportation secretary. He got a lot done. He got a whole lot done and stuff in that job. And Biden put him out there and stuff and everything as a spokesperson and stuff for him for the Biden administration, and he did one hell of a job. I thought.
Oh yeah, he
Hell,
was
he
at
did.
Fox. He was on
He
Fox damn near once a week.
yeah, he did. He did more out there than Harris did, than the vice president. He was out there a lot more than her. So, but I was very impressed with him, and I think some of the people on Fox News were impressed with him because he spent his time on Fox News quite a bit. He didn't care. He said, "I'm going into the den, the lion den, and talk." And he got his way. Anyway, final word, Ted.
Only thing I want to say, we mentioned that we already knew that a lot of black folks is already woke. We've been woke for a long time, but I'm glad to see and hear because when you go on YouTube and you listen to articles and stuff, people are realizing what time it is, and we have to get this country back. We have to get this country. We got to take the money out of politics, and we got to get some good people in office that ain't about the money. You go in there and you worth 700,000, and you walk out at 25 million. What kind of shit is that?
But they said that she got a lot of business going on. So her family got a construction company and she got a lot of stock.
I said she was valued at 700,000, and she walks out of Congress with 25 million plus a lifetime
Pensions.
retirement plan.
Well, some people say she walking out of there. She walking out of there with a lot more than 25. They probably say she closer to 40, maybe 50 million. They said
She
she
ain't
worth
too.
about
She ain't.
$50 million.
Hey, more power to her, bro.
Hey, uh, hey, I don't know, man. It's gonna be very interesting in 2026 here. Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, we're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I know that.
Well,
Good
I'm
Lord, let
hoping.
us pass over that in that 2026. We gonna be on it.
Well, I'm hoping that we can find somebody, Ted, in the Democratic Party who's gonna be able to stand up and act like a leader and stuff for us. I really do. We need someone who is a leader. I mean, a strong leader, not nobody who's gonna sit down there and penny panty around and all that other stuff. We got to have us a strong leader because it's gonna take a
And then
strong, strong
he
person.
gotta make his crew. He gotta make his crew be a strong leader. and put in the right people around him. It's not going to be a woman, that's for sure.
They
I think
tried twice.
yeah, it's not going to be a woman. That she can
Well,
run, but it's not going to be a woman because white folks ain't going to vote for
and they vote
it,
for
and the
no woman.
Latinos ain't going to vote for
I ain't vote for no woman. Man, that's man, you women out there, I'm sorry for y'all. They just ain't gonna vote for y'all now. Can't break that glass ceiling. You can't break that now. Don't tell your wife that ain't gonna vote for no woman now again because she you know she gonna slap you down.
I'm giving facts, bro. These are facts,
Well,
and you know it is. You know it's facts.
well,
The
you
data
tell
don't
Bev
show.
that. You tell Bev that and everything without getting popped in the mouth and everything. You don't know what you talking about. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.